Well, well, well. Look who launched a new model. So they now have a Yuka Mini and a Luba Mini. It's this cool gray color, which I kind of like it. The camera's a little bit different. It obviously, I'm pretty sure it's not going to come with a rear bagger, but it says it can do a 10-minute automatic lawn mapping. Boy, I would love to see it map my lawn. I guess you're going to have a fence, otherwise, it'll just keep mapping, right? So, how, if you didn't have a fence, how far would it go? I wonder. So, the specs are we'll compare the two models. You have the 600 and the 800, 899 for the 600, 1099 for the 800. These are American pricing. There's your lawn size, multi-zone managements. To tell you the truth, I've never run out of multi-zones. The max climate capability is 24 degrees. You know, it's pretty good. It's only a two-wheel drive. So, and what I've noticed with my Yuka two-wheel drive, these two back wheels have a tendency to get stuck. So keep that in mind if you have a wet lawn or if you have a lot of hills, you're probably going to want the four-wheel drive model. So there's your size. Cutting width is 7.5 inches. Cutting height is, depending on which model you get, there's a 2 to 3.5 version, and then there's a zero point 0.9 to 2 version. Um, so it depends on your grass and the level of cut that you want. A very small battery in this one, and the battery is replaceable. Just like in the Yuka, the battery is replaceable in it. The battery is replaceable in this. Little, what do you got? Almost well over twice the size battery in the 800. So this Yuka Mini 800 looks like a pretty good deal. Obviously, your charge time's longer. Obviously, the charge time's going to be greatly increased, but your mowing time's greatly increased. Then they have this new UltraSense AI Vision plus RTK. No ultrasonic radar and no physical bumper, which means when it hits something, I don't know what it's going to do. It's interesting. Whenever mine hits something, it stops mowing and backs up. So I wonder what'll happen when this thing hits something. Um, so that's the new RTK station, new charging station, new Yuka Mini. So it's either white or gray. The more expensive version is gray. So that's the two Yuka Minis. And then you have the Luba Mini. So the Luba Mini is interesting in that it does zero point 0.2 acres or 0.37 acres. The S version is an eighth of an inch to 2.6 inches. This is the one that I think is interesting. But here's my question, that is wide. I mean, when you look at the difference between these cutting blades and the X and the external, it's really it's going to leave a couple of inches. I mean, it's going to leave the entire width of the wheels, right, on each side. So you're going to have to mow the edge of your lawn. Not, I mean, you can't just weed whack it. You're going to have to mow the edge of your lawn. So I don't understand that part of it. I wish they, I don't know. I wish they had made it, not as wide. So it's actually too wide, in my opinion. But here's your lawn acre size, zero point 0.2 acres or 0.37 acres. Only 10 zones or 15 zones, depending on which flavor you get. Um, Here's your size, your net weight, and your cutting width. So it's 16.9 inches wide, and the cutting width is 7.9 inches. Meaning, okay, so the Luba 2, its cutting width is 15.7 inches, and it is 20.2 inches wide. So you definitely have less area to go back and weed whack. And I know that on my Luba too, it gets pretty close to the edge of the house or the fence or whatever. It cuts pretty close. I do not have to mow the edge. I can go back with just a weed whacker, right? That's going to be noticeable, I think. I don't know. Should I try it out? I'm thinking about either this one or this one. The problem with this one is I'm already experiencing issues with these two back wheels. Mine's getting stuck in the backyard where it's really wet. So that's all for me. Here's your models now, your different flavors. So you've got a Luba Mini all-wheel drive version. You got a Yuka Mini. Then you have your full-size Yuka with the rear bagger attachment that you can buy. And you have your Luba 2 all-wheel drive. I did not see a difference in the Yuka. I don't think that they've made any changes to the Yuka model. Just the Luba 2 looks a little more updated. It's got the cool Go Faster orange paint on it, which is always nice. So, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time, and we'll catch you at the next one.